Okay, good morning. We'll call court to order. Regularly scheduled Commissioners Court meeting January 9th, 2017. Start with the invocation followed by the pledge. Mr. Trischetti, please.
Bow with me. Heavenly Father God, we thank you for this day and the many blessings that you bestow upon us. Let us to be grateful and not take those for granted, Father. We just ask that you bless the business being conducted here today. We with all the electeds, newly electeds that got sworn in as they begin their journeys in public service for this county, and be with all the other electeds and department heads that we do the best for the community that we serve. Be with the sheriff's office and the first responders in this community and all of those that are serving overseas and domestically to keep us safe so we can be here and enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy. We just thank you for the weather, and we thank you for the shelter from the cold. Back to school, bless the kids as they go back and start the spring semester and all the things, and let us remember you and your son. In your son's name we pray. Amen.
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 Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
And a reminder, as always, please turn off your cell phones and pagers except for emergency personnel and law enforcement. We're going to move the agenda around a little bit today because we have citizens who have come to court and they would like to get back to work, is what they tell me. So we'll get to them in a moment. But number 3, acknowledge the impacts of the month honoree, Sandra Burkstaller from detention.
All right.
Yeah.
So February's impacts of the month for February is Miss Sandra Burkstaller. We are so excited to have this short special presentation and say thank you to Sandra for the immense example of influencing more people with actions, character, trust, and service, which is what IMPACT stands for.
Yeah.
We need to read that glowing remarks that her nominator gave.
Oh, well, yeah.
Do we have that with us?
We don't. We sent it out in an email so everybody could read it.
Well, these guys didn't get to hear it. Who nominated her? Lieutenant, would you like to say some words?
I sent them in my letter.
For those of y'all that didn't hear it, she's like walks on water. She's a great employee, and she encourages everybody around her all the time when people are looking, when they aren't looking. So anyway, congratulations.
Thank you.
And when did she get her bag of goodies and all that?
She has received them. In fact, I think her $300 has been submitted for her check, and she got the $20 gift card to Roses. She
So,
got a
you're
special
right there.
lanyard and a polo shirt and a parking space and
See, everybody doesn't know that.
and
Lucky people
some
didn't know all that.
and just the recognition of living out Midland County's values.
Well, congratulations
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
And do you have anything you would like to tell to the court?
Thank you.
Well, anyway,
Anyway, thank you, Sandra. Thanks.
Sandra,
congratulations.
thank you. Thanks for the nomination. We're going to move item 18 up now to accommodate a number of our good citizens. They're all good, but these are folks who have expressed an interest in this subject and have shown up. So we'll call number 8, and we have one wishing to speak, so we'll ask that person to speak first, and then we'll get to the cusp of the matter, okay? So number 18, discuss take action on donation of road materials by XTO Energy. And that deals with repair of County Road 1160. And Glenn, where are you? Glenn, if you'd like to step up to the mic. Is it Marichek?
Yes.
And if you'd start with your name and where you live, and you've got 3 minutes to say whatever you want to say, sir.
Glenn Marchek, and I live down on the end of that road.
Okay.
1160.
All right.
And I don't know if any of y'all been down that road. That's probably the worstest road in the county. It's been that way for 15, 20 plus years. And So I just want to draw the attention to that. There's some bad holes you can't even go through. If you get in them, you're not coming out. 10 years ago, about that one bad hole over there, I called about it and said it needs to be fixed. And 2 days after that, 2 boys came through there and turned over, and they died right there. So I'm just saying that, and that road, grading it like they've been doing it, one rain comes along, a few trucks hit it, it's right back in the same shape. And I guess y'all know part of that road enters Upton County down there. Y'all
Correct.
familiar with that?
Yes.
So that needs to be dealt with. And I guess part of that road is in my property on that one section. So we can work out anything for y'all to take over that road, whatever I can do to help the situation, I will.
Okay.
And I thank you.
Glenn, thank you, and hope things get better for you down there. Tough few days.
Well, it's a bad road.
What we're talking about is, and this Commissioner Sanchez will give more details, this is a county road that goes down, it's heavy oil field traffic, and then loops through Upton County and then comes back into Midland County with a different number. And so there's all kinds of negotiations and issues, but I think we have got it worked out thanks to a fine community member and XTO and work of Commissioner Sanchez and Donnelly. So, Commissioner?
Yes, sir. I want to bring up Cliff from XTO. Cliff, if you'd like to come up. I asked Cliff to bring this map that he presented to us this last time that we met, and this is regarding 1160. Judge, just like you mentioned, 1160 does go south all the way out to the county line, and then it goes east on 345. So it goes into Upton County, then it goes east through Upton County, and then goes back into Midland County. So the area that we are talking about is 1160 that is within the county line, and 345 that is also within the Midland County line.
Cliff, if you go to the microphone first and introduce yourself, tell us who you're with and where you live. And for those of us watching this on the screen, that horizontal steady green line is the county line, is that correct?
Correct, yes, sir. My name's Cliff Lazenby. I'm just here representing with Jeff Raines, XTO Energy this morning.
Thank
And
you.
we just wanted to thank the court and the county of Midland for working with us to try to resolve this along with the landowners. Real quick, my exhibit here is just a Google Earth shot of just our operations down there, and y'all know as well as we do how busy we've been down there. We do have a lot of traffic on that road, and I think for the next 2 years, we're going to continue to be busy down there. So we just wanted to, work with you guys on trying to see what we could do to help this situation as far as materials. And I know we've had a meeting last week, and I think
Okay.
we're on the right path.
Right. I know that in the past, this court has discussed 1160, and one of the problems that we were running into was the fact that the portion that is in Upton County, it is a private road. It used to be public, turned private. The owners there they're not interested in getting that paved. I know that I've talked to the county, and so has XTO, and I know that there's a new commissioner out there, but they've mentioned that they're not interested in getting that area paved. But I know that XTO has mentioned to me that it's a possibility for them. And here in Midland County, of course, we discussed that if we can get that portion paved in Upton County, doesn't matter who does it, that we would do the rest of it on 1160. In the meantime, since it's going to take us a while to get that done, XTO has offered to donate some material so that way we can, so it can help us out in covering a lot of these potholes that are out there. As we know, that's a very long road. I want to say it's about 8 miles, Felipe? It's about 8 miles, and we're always out there having to fix that road because of the amount of traffic. Just like Mr. Marichek said, this road does belong to Midland County. It is our responsibility. And as the oil traffic increases and will continue to increase, this is definitely something on our radar that we've discussed in the past. So we want to make sure that we go in there and do the best that we can. But for now, this agenda item talks about take action on a donation for road material by XTO Energy. And what this material is going to do, it's just going to help us again to cover up a lot of the potholes. Felipe, can you come up here for a second? I know Felipe was in that discussion with me, and Felipe will have more information. This road is not paved. I know we go out there pretty often to try to fix it. It's a very long road, and this road material will definitely help us out. Tell me about 345 also and some of the ideas that we have on the Midland County side, where it goes from Upton County into Midland County.
Okay, what we discussed in that meeting was we're gonna raise up the road on the sub-brace from the bar ditches, that material's there. We're bringing it into the road, we're gonna raise it up 1.5 feet. Then the material that XTO is gonna donate us, we're gonna raise it up another foot. What that's gonna do, it's gonna rotate the water into the bar ditches, make it run, where we can keep that road in good shape.
Right, and it's some of the stuff that we're doing is, I would say, routine maintenance, but of course, in addition to the donation that they're giving is going to help us raise that road more, but we're going to clean out those culverts as well, right?
Yes, sir.
And dig them out? Okay, good. And then the potholes on 1160, will this really help us finish off what we're needing to do? I know we go out there pretty often to fix that, but tell me about the road material and 1160.
1160 will be done the same as 345.
Okay.
I mean, both roads are gonna be done the same process. XTO is gonna furnish us the material for after the sub-base is put in.
Okay. All right. And that's about it. I don't know if any commissioners have any questions, or Judge?
I've got some questions of the citizens who have property down in that area. Is it your opinion, gentlemen, that the bulk of the issue with this road is that it is so flat and the water stands and
It's below the surface level.
in a couple of
Up the
places?
river, all the water runs into it, and it's
Yeah.
river whenever it rains.
Okay, so not only standing now, it's now holding water.
It holds water.
And it washes the road out sometimes, right? In that, I don't remember where the low line area is, but,
It's just water all the way across it.
Right.
Heavy equipment running is beating the holes out. And there's nothing in the bar ditch to pull up, really. I mean, there's no material. It's all
Okay,
flat.
if I could get one of you to come to the podium, please, so we can be on the record with the discussion, and if you'd start with your name and where you live, please.
Johnny Midkiff, I live at 6601 FM 715, but I own property there on 1160.
Okay, Mr. Midkiff, you mentioned that it's flat and it holds water, and that eats away at the roadbed, obviously.
Right.
The proposal is to raise the road 2 to 2.5 feet, is that correct, Commissioner?
that's right.
And with that, there'll be some work in the bar ditches. Is this the plan that, in your belief,
Oh, yeah,
everyday
yeah.
knowledge, would help?
I think 2.5 foot would do a lot of good, yes.
And please understand, we're still talking to Upton County, but what the commissioner's suggesting just goes to the Midland County line.
Right.
Then
But
we'll-
both ends, 1160 and
Yeah,
345.
then we'll jump over to the east where it comes
And
back
XTO
into
will
the county.
maintain the.
Okay.
I'm speaking out of turn.
No, keep talking when he's
No,
nodding his head.
No.
Yeah, so at least this is a good start on a long-standing problem.
Right.
Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, thank you. Felipe, you've got enough right-of-way down there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You gonna put
Yeah.
shoulders? Are
Yes,
you gonna
sir.
do the
And
shoulder
look-
work on
And
it?
looking at the road, me and Ruben went out there to study it last week. The road is so flat that it's opened up. Our 60-foot right-of-way, the road has actually gone in beyond the 60-foot. So once we go in there and put it back like it's supposed to, we'll have our 60-foot right-of-way where it's supposed to be. Our road will be 32, raised up. We should take care of this problem.
You
Not
gonna put shoulders
100%,
on
but I
it?
mean,
You gonna put shoulders on it?
yes, sir.
And when you do the culvert work, that water will drain in its natural pattern.
Yes, sir.
South, right?
Yes, sir.
Not onto their land.
No.
Okay.
There's one area that it does go into land, but it's a buffalo wattle.
Okay.
But that's a natural drain.
Okay, but what are you talking about? Not draining on our land, where's it gonna go?
We need to get this water off to the highway that connects to
I
345.
understand, but if it doesn't go on us, where's it gonna go? Because there's no place for it to go.
the way we're gonna do it, we're gonna drain into the state highway where it's supposed to retentively go. What is that, 1096? 3095 is where it's supposed to go. And then it's supposed to drain.
Well, that's 345.
Yeah, but Land 60 and all that is supposed to go into it.
The problem is there, that road ditch with the state highway, it's all filled up with dirt from that water and dirt washing down, going east down 345. It filled that whole area up. That water can't get away. They're gonna have to clean that whole ditch out.
Yeah, according to, when I met with the guy from TxDOT, they're willing to clean their bar ditch out.
So it may be that we get TxDOT to do what he just said, because otherwise we're sending it to a dam.
Yeah, it goes
And-
over there like a
Yeah, and then we'll break it on down and send it further south.
If you cut some diverts out into our pasture, it'll be fine with us.
Wow.
Well, I mean, water is good
Yeah.
stuff, good stuff when it's in the road.
Y'all
Well,
need,
can I have Felipe discuss that with you later on, and maybe that's, if that's something that you would allow us to do, I mean, that's, Felipe, what do you think? If we
Yeah,
were to
they
get that-
can, they
those
can show me
culverts?
where they want to divert it to. We can divert it, which
Okay.
will help us a lot. If we can divert that into their properties where it won't damage their land, it will help a lot.
So you get with Mr. Mitke before he leaves, so
Yes,
that
sir.
way we can,
I will.
yeah, Gary, if you and your colleagues will visit with Felipe as soon as we get through or before you leave, and if that is a solution acceptable to you, we need to get it worked out in of record. But if TxDOT's willing to go ahead and clean up that silt pile they've got down there, then we might improve this conversation some more.
You know, it looks flat, but 8 miles is, there's,
Oh, it's not flat.
no.
Yeah.
And, you're gonna have to divert some waters. So
Okay. A question of XTO, the type of material you are donating is what, sir?
Crushed material, crushed caliche.
Crushed caliche. Will it be on site down there? We need to
Can
come.
I get it from John Midkiff?
Okay, you got a pretty good source right over there. But is this something where it will be delivered to a common area?
What
Or
our-
how would we get it?
Our plan on this is, of course, the county's going to supply the tractors and stuff to do the work. We're going to supply the trucks and the material. So it's just will be a work in progress as we'll load the trucks and haul to where they're working, and it'll just be dumped out to the place where they're working along.
Perfect.
As they move down the road, we'll just continue bringing material to them.
Well, thank you. That answers a lot of really stupid government questions where, we can fix a road, but we can't come on the property to get the material. So we appreciate that. Felipe, gentlemen, XTO especially, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Commissioner.
Thank you.
I guess we need a motion. do we?
Yes, sir, I'd like to make a motion to accept a donation of road material by XTO Energy.
Okay.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. And if XTO would like a value letter for tax deductions, if you will just get with the commissioner and.
Yes, and we've discussed that. The auditor will get all that information for us, so
Okay.
we'll get that to you.
Thank you all so much
Right.
for doing this.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
You're still gonna talk about that road anymore?
No, this is it. Did you have another question?
I was wondering what's the options?
Can you come up to the microphone, please?
I was wondering what's the option on that little corner in Upton County? Can we talk about that some? I mean,
Sure.
Sure.
what can we do to get that transferred to Midland County? Upton County, I'll bet you 100%,
Right.
they ain't gonna mess with it.
Right,
They ain't
right.
gonna.
They
They're not
can't.
gonna put it, I talked with a commissioner down there years ago, and he said he was working in Austin and put that on the books. And I think he wasn't telling me the truth. I talked to this commissioner, and he said, we don't even have an easement to do it. They don't want to do it, and they're not
Right.
gonna do it,
So the information is there's a new commissioner in that
Yeah.
precinct.
Pete
That part of 1160 and 345, it is private. It does not belong to the county. Midland County cannot take over that road. So that's something that we're working with XTO on some options there. I'll have to talk to the new commissioner and see what they recommend or what they'd be willing to do. But for Midland County to take over that portion in Upton County, we won't be able to do that because it's in a different county.
Are you sure even if
I
y'all
guarantee you we cannot
can't
do
do
that.
it?
Absolutely.
Well, who owns that road?
I don't have the name of the person, but it is owned by a private owner.
Well, I guess that's one part of it I own.
Okay.
Can I put a fence across it and shut it down?
No, sir, because since it's already been open to the public,
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, let me,
Commissioner, giving legal advice on matters such as that are beyond the realm of Commissioners Court, so they can't advise you whether you
Gary,
need to consult a private attorney about that.
the long and short of it is, it's in another county, and they have the same rules we have about how to obtain roads for right-of-ways. And that comment you made earlier, where previously had been told he's trying to talk to the state to get it in. These are county roads. These aren't state roads. This all rests within the county. And the more you can talk to them and the more you can tell them what you're willing to do, I think the better the conversation gets. But we've all got the same rules.
Yeah, in other words, you talking to Upton County or talking to the state?
State doesn't have anything to do with this
Upton
part of
County.
the road. It's Upton County.
Well, it looks like they'd make an exception where you got a short piece of road, that goes into another county. It doesn't make sense for Upton County to drive all the way over there and fix a little piece of road where Midland County drives across it with their machinery anyway, with their blades up. Don't make any sense.
We like the idea you just stated, because we have a lot in the south part of the county and the east part of the county particularly where this is the case. But those are the rules, and they tell us after the hearings, thank you for coming. And
You can just abandon the road and still control it, but not maintain it?
well, I'm going to punt to the attorney on this one, because there's all kinds of ramifications on abandonment depending on how it came into your possession. But the rules are pretty standard, and that is the one thing that is of a personal liability nature to commissioners is road work.
You say you own part of that road, sir? I'm over here.
Yes, it's inside my section line. yes.
So my question is, do you know the other owner? I'm over here. Do you know the other owner? Are there other owners of
It
that?
goes into that other ranch, the Shackelford Ranch.
I mean, I suspect that there's some cooperation that could take place and some donations, but I don't know. You don't know either, do you?
For general purposes, the road grade has to drain to the bar ditches, which is what we're trying to correct now. And general purposes, 60-foot manageable right-of-way is the requirement now in the counties.
Well, it's the same width all the way through.
Yeah.
So it's just been abandoned is our point.
If I understand it right, Midland County built that road through there years ago.
I couldn't tell you, I don't know.
Well, I think some of these older people that been down there, they didn't even know they was probably up in Upton County when they built that corner.
Okay. Well, we're happy to listen to whatever suggestions you're being offered from Upton County or conversations and give you the best interpretation of how we do things. But at least we'll get this started to fix that road, so. And Commissioner, you're going to continue to work with Upton County, is that correct?
absolutely, absolutely.
If you would, you want to take Glenn's?
Yeah, I have Glenn's information.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Mr. Medkiff?
Us three actually own both sides of 1160. So if there's any issues with landowners, you're looking at three of them right here, and I think all the way up down the road.
Yeah.
We've got the whole 1160.
Johnny, including the Upton County section?
Well, Glenn on 1160, now when you turn the corner and go down 345, then you're into Shacklefords, and we can't speak to them.
Well, we could give you a contact number.
Yeah, we can get you, well, Jim Walton is there.
I mean, I suspect that's the easy answer to the thing, but
I'd like to see one county, if y'all can't take it over, then Upton County needs to take care of it. But
That's what I would recommend, that if you've reached out to Upton County, have you spoken to the new commissioner that's in that part of the county?
yes.
Have you? Okay. That might be the best direction to go. That's what I would recommend. Because again, we can't really make any decisions for another county. That's why they have their commissioner's court. The only thing that we can discuss really would be everything that is within Midland County. Once it hits Upton County, it's, there's really nothing we can do.
You do understand you're only talking about a mile or whatever?
Right.
Yes, sir. I'm aware of that.
1,000 feet or whatever.
Mhm.
And we also make this offer, we'd be happy to host a meeting here between that landowner and that commissioner, or just the commissioner, or whatever we can do to facilitate this, picking up some pace. We would like to close that loop,
Yes.
but we have been stymied for a number of years on it, so.
We do have, in my precinct, we do have a couple of agreements with Ector County that kind of a similar situation existed a long time ago, and we took over a little bit of stuff they were responsible for. They took over a little bit of stuff we were responsible for, so I think this can be done. I'm no legal advice.
I understand. And the situation you're talking about, though, are Ector County roads as opposed to
Yes.
private roads in Ector County. So
Okay.
if Upton County would take over that road, then we could have discussions. But
Okay.
as long as it's a private road, that limits
You just
us.
have to get the private landowners to agree to this.
And the county.
And the county.
And I think there may be some goodwill there but who knows? Who knows?
Okay. You have anything else?
No,
Commissioner?
that's it.
Okay.
Thanks again, gentlemen. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Menkip. All right, let's go to item 5, discuss and take action on proclamation for Midland Crime Stoppers. Angie, where are you?
Judge, I'll be right back.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Angie Valenzuela. I'm the Executive Director of Midland Crime Stoppers. I'm joined today, well, it's supposed to be behind me,
He sat down. Come on up, Terry.
by Dale Seago, one of our board members, and Terry Youngblood, another board member. Mark Detman was supposed to join us today also, but got busy with jury trial. This is the 33rd anniversary of Midland Crime Stoppers. And so we appreciate the Commissioners Court presenting and announcing Crime Stoppers Month.
We've been asked for a proclamation for Crime Stoppers. It has already been signed by the court, so I think you're in pretty good shape. Is there a motion to approve the proclamation?
I make the motion to approve the proclamation.
Oh, welcome, Scott. Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And Luis was an aye before he left, and there's Randy. So the record is unanimous. Randy?
So congratulations and keep up the good work. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you.
And Angie,
Yes.
how many positive results have you got in the last year?
We've had some awesome results. One of the most memorable ones this past year was the theft of the fire truck.
Yeah.
Crime Stoppers tip came in, identified who that person was, and so they were able to go get him and charge him with the theft. It was a theft of property that recovered, the value of that was over $400,000. So it was sad that it happened. I think it was a lesson learned, but because of a Crime Stoppers tip, we were able to apprehend that person who was responsible.
Good.
Super.
Good work.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Thank
what you
you.
do every day.
Thank you.
Terry, nice to see you again. Yeah. Okay. And number 6, receive presentation on extension programs.
See Courtney.
I don't see Courtney or Candace here, so we'll hold that one. And number 7, discuss take action on juror pay donations. We have had a number of organizations request that when the jurors donate their monumental amount of money for service, that it be including these organizations. And somebody is here from hospice. There you go. Good morning. Please start with your name.
My name's Andy Salcido. I do reside in Ector County, but I lived in Midland for over 30 years. I'm the Director of Operations and Human Resources for Hospice of Midland. Hospice of Midland was formed in 1981 and is the oldest hospice in the Permian Basin. It's also the only nonprofit. We're owned by the community and governed by a board of volunteer directors. I come before you today to ask that we be included in the list of possibilities for jurors to donate their, as you say, monumental amount of jury pay. Although we serve 4 other counties, about 85% of our patients are in Midland County. And although most of our patients are covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance, we serve anyone regardless of their ability to pay. We average about 10% of our patients that have no means of support, so we pay for that ourselves. When I came to work for Hospice of Midland a couple years ago, our average daily census or number of patients that we took care of was in the upper 60s. In the last 2 years, that's grown to the mid-90s. And as a result, our expenses have grown. Rays of Hope, which is our outreach program for children's grief, continues to grow also and is funded completely by Hospice of Midland. There's no charge to anyone to use Rays of Hope. So our only other source of financial support besides insurance is from community donations. I thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and I'll answer any questions you have about hospice.
All right. Any questions?
I'd like to make a motion that we include hospice in our group of potential juror pay donation actions.
Okay. There is a motion.
Second.
And there is a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. This is a good speech, apparently. Yeah. And then, Dale? And actually, Dale, you're pinch hitting for Dedman, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I drew the short straw.
Isn't that it? He gets you on the agenda and he leaves town.
Yes. Well, he's getting ready for jury trial.
Oh, okay.
I'm Dale Segal. I'm the immediate past president of Crime Stoppers. And I would like to ask that our organization be added to that donation list. I realize that by doing so that we will not have to suspend all other fundraising efforts, but that we can get anything. As Angie said, we've had a pretty good year, and it's continued for many years. It's a valuable program that gives law enforcement another tool to try to solve crimes. And it's always imperative to us to have enough money to be able to pay those rewards when we need to get that information in. So I would appreciate your kind consideration for adding us to that list. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
I'll make that motion as well, that we include Crime Stoppers.
Okay.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you very much. And Ross, that brings your total donation opportunities to how many organizations, do you know?
I think that's 12, Judge.
Okay.
It's just however the court wants to rotate them on that donation list, or if you want to list all of them.
It's up to you. You're coming through your office and...
We will take care of it then.
Okay. Thank you.
Do you have the contact information where the checks will be mailed once we get the donation check?
I'll get it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item 8, acknowledge year-end statistics for the Midland County Public Library System. John?
Judge, Commissioners. Commissioner Sanchez had requested some data last quarter. This is just a follow-up from that.
Awesome.
Wow. 2016 was another good year. These are just some of the, we're librarians, so we keep mountains of statistics, but these were what we thought y'all would think was the most interesting. We served over 356,000 patrons in 2016. 440,000 items checked out. We added 7,800 new borrowers and served 90 unique zip codes. A lot of that is in genealogy. People travel from all over to use that collection, but we also serve for free Midland County and the 8 adjacent counties. We have reciprocation. A lot of some of those, down in Big Lake and Rankin, they don't have public library service, and so we serve those as a part of our state accreditation. Wow. So anyway, that was a request. I'd be glad to answer any others or get any other specific data if you want it.
And this is just 2016?
Yes, sir.
Wow,
just
that's
2016.
impressive. Good job.
When's the millionth visitor?
We had it.
We had it.
Yeah, we missed it. We were in the middle of summer reading and had shot our forecast, and it came quicker than we thought.
Wow.
So we hit it sometime in August.
So since the addition of Centennial.
Yes, sir. April of 2014.
Some investment downtown.
Yes, sir. We've served 1 million patrons in the library.
Less than 4 years.
Yes, sir.
Wow, good job, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
that
really good
was,
for a community our size.
Absolutely.
That was a pretty good investment.
Very good investment, absolutely.
All right, any questions of John? If not, but let's have an acknowledgement for the record, please.
Motion to acknowledge.
Second?
Motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, motion passes. Number 9, discuss take action on library donation.
You should have backup. It's all material, no monetary.
Got it right here.
Motion to acknowledge or to accept?
Second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, motion passes.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, John. Number 10, discuss take action on stipend received from Public Workers' Compensation Program. Bailey?
Gentlemen, this is the stipend that we get twice a year for participating in the workers' comp wellness program. Twice a year, they send us a program to participate in, and once in the spring and once in the fall. And so this is our fall stipend for 2016 for participating.
Great. $1,700?
Yes, sir.
It's been about what it's been.
It's the same every time. You get the same amount, no matter what your participation level is.
I'd make the motion that we receive the stipends.
All right. Second. Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you.
And stop right here because we failed to welcome our newest court member, Precinct 1 Commissioner Scott Ramsey. So, you got anything you want to say? Huh?
Well, let's just keep going.
Good answer. Okay. Number 11, discuss take action authorizing the county judge to sign an agreement with Schoonover Security Integrators LLC. Justin. This is the same Schoonover that put in a lot of this stuff.
Correct. Schoonover put in a lot of this stuff in the courthouse and actually fixed a lot of issues from the first vendor when the courthouse was built. Through his previous company, he now is on his own, and we have put in a lot more security cameras and doors than we'd had 4 years ago. We're proposing this contract for Schoonover to assist us in taking care of some of this. We've tried to do a lot of it on our own, but it's getting to be a pretty good project just within itself.
Okay.
So with this contract, he will pretty much come and do quarterly inspections on our cameras, alarms, door systems, and also do small installations, break fix.
Talk louder.
Small installations and break fix stuff.
Thank you. And we pay him $37.50 a month.
Correct.
Regardless of the services.
Correct.
Okay. Cheaper than what we're paying.
Compared to most contracts, this is a very good deal.
And where does the money come from?
We have a existing security maintenance budget that we've had. We've just kind of usually bought parts and try to do things that way, but we're going to use those funds.
Okay. Any questions of the court?
I'd like to make a motion to authorize the county judge to sign an agreement with Schoonover Security Integrators, LLC.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Russell, you've seen this.
Yes, Judge. We're actually going to need to add some language to it, but I don't expect any issue at all. So if you just hold off on signing it, and I should be able to get you something in the next couple of
Okay,
days.
then could I ask for the motion and the second to say we'll approve it with the modifications
Yes.
by the
Yes.
county attorney? Okay, so we have agreement on that. All right. Thank you, Justin. Number 12, discuss take action authorizing the county judge to sign the first addendum to inmate health care services management agreement between Saluda Health Incorporated, Midland County, Texas. And this is, Russell, go ahead. This is something we kind of waded through last year with mental health and other issues in the jail. The service, as far as we can tell, has been excellent, but we just need to capsule it in a contract now that we got some experience. Is that right?
I believe that y'all have a copy of the addendum that was prepared. There's actually, since then, some changes have been made to the very last part of that alternative two. And let me just kind of go through this a little bit. After talking to Steve Gowan, they currently, for the mental health services, excuse me, have one licensed psychiatrist and also one qualified mental health professional. The licensed psychiatrist is getting paid $200 per hour. The qualified mental health professional, $26 per hour. The amount of time varies from month to month, but Steve Gowan's feeling is after the initial months, when we started in like January or February, were lower, but after they got going, his feeling is that the average per month, including a 30% fee to them for management of it, will come out to around $12,000 a month. So the reason for giving the three alternatives down at the bottom were just alternatives on how you want to do the payment. Steve Gowan's, his suggestion preference is that we pay them a set amount, and his suggestion is $12,000 per month to cover the fees for the psychiatrist, the mental health professional, the prescriptions that we have to reimburse them for, and also their 30% fee. Then at the end of each year, we'll basically do a settle up where we'll see how much should have been paid to them, in totaling up everything. And if it's less than, if it turns out that that comes out to less than $12,000 a month, then they will pay back to us, or it will be, the contract will be adjusted. If it turns out that it was more than $12,000 a month, then we will pay them the difference. And that each year would also look at it and see if we need to adjust the monthly amount. If it turns out after doing this for a year that we're only paying, that it's only $11,000 a month, we'll adjust it down, how much we're paying. If it turns out it's higher, we'll adjust that monthly amount. I think that pretty much covers everything.
So that's really alternate two.
That would be alternate two. And like I said, there's the language that's not included in there is the part about doing the basically doing the settle up during the first quarter of each year.
Okay.
But basically, it's just as I'd explained it.
And Russell, I talked to Steve a little bit. We talked about it in court one day. Instead of getting that bill at the end of the year, they're going to bill us quarterly now?
No, it'll be every
monthly?
month. It would be every month.
Good.
Yes, sir. So it'd be 12. So if the court is okay with all of that, it would be $12,000 a month, which covers the psychiatrist, mental health professional, prescriptions, and a 30% fee, management fee. And then we'll, at the end of the year, we'll look and see if that was appropriate, and then we'll do a settle up.
Is there a possibility of doing a semi-annual look back to see?
I would think so, sure.
That's what you want to do, offer it. Sure.
Well, I mean, that's what I'd like to do, because I don't want to get too far out on.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
You know, at the end of the year, we get a big bill that we.
Right.
And for the court's information, the 12,000 is well within the budget numbers we were looking at, so.
So your suggestion is like every 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because then you don't get into the year end where you're something.
That makes sense, yeah.
Why don't you put it in the motion?
Okay, I'd make the motion that.
Do we have more information?
I also wanted to make you aware that this is not budgeted in the current year.
Understand. As a singular item, it's tended to in the current year, but it's not budgeted.
One other thing is At this point, because we did not have any agreement in place, even though they've been providing the services, and we've received the services, we're going to need to approve a payment for what has been performed up to this point. I don't know if we have an amount to actually do that today or not. So we may need to do that and I think maybe the idea was to get the addendum approved and then come back at the next meeting with the amount that would need to be approved to pay them for the services we've already received.
Whenever you say services we've received for 2016, have we made that payment yet, or is it?
No payment has been made yet because we didn't have the addendum. So
and does the calendar year run like January through December, or does it run on our fiscal year? What are we looking at?
This payment is, I believe, tied to our budget year, but the auditor and I have been talking about it because we were waiting on the final number, and it came after the end of the budget year. So,
So the amount that that we need to pay them covers the last budget year and the current budget year.
Yeah.
Because it basically started in January or February, and they have not been paid anything for it yet.
Right.
So we're looking at 14 months?
We do have.
Is that correct?
Or I think just.
We do have budget.
Or just 12 months?
I think it's 12 months.
Okay.
At this point. And it's not, it is not 12,000, going to be 12,000 every month, especially the first few months were much lower until it really got going. And
Okay.
they started utilizing the service a lot more. And the auditor's office, I know, has a spreadsheet showing that. I don't know if y'all did that or it was provided by Steve. I think maybe Steve had sent it. But so that shows that. So we'll come back probably at the next meeting to talk about the payment for the past services. But this would just be the addendums we can start going forward.
Okay, I'd make the motion that we authorize county judge to sign the first addendum to inmate healthcare services management agreement with the stipulation that we attempt to do a 6-month accounting on it.
So that would be alternate 2, but modified from 12 months to 6 months.
Yeah.
That's correct. Okay.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. 13, discuss take action on purchase of wide format color plotter. Thank you, Rosalind.
Yes, sir.
Wayne?
Good morning.
When we started talking about what we had to do with rolling stock and other things, Dwayne said, why don't we buy some equipment? We don't know anything about it, so.
Need more coffee?
Yeah. So this is what he's brought to court at our insistence. So, go ahead, Dwayne.
All right, since I love finding so much stuff to do, I don't know how many of y'all already know, but we have gone in-house already on our vinyl cutting for patrol vehicles, all the rest of the units. We bought our own unit, and we're saving a lot of money off of it. We were spending $400 or $560 a set, and then we've now paid for the machine, paid for the vinyl that we got initially, and we've already saved close to $3,000 on the vinyl. This has to do with the rebranding with the new logo and the mission statement on all the other vehicles. Right now, we have 221 rolling stock vehicles. Of these, 51 are unmarked. That's all your undercover detectives, CID, DA vehicles. So of the 170 that are remaining, we're going to need approximately 400 decals to do those, which would be one on each side with the name, the logo, the mission statement, and then a small one on the back with the same. We also have what we call yellow iron, which is your front end loaders, your blades, anything that's large equipment. It also includes welders and mules and stuff like that. Of these, we're going to need about 93 decals with the new logos to bring everything out. The cost of those right now we're able to get for $30 to $50 according to size. So I just took a $35 average on them. So it's going to cost us approximately $17,255 to rebrand everything. And that's going to give a uniform logo instead of everybody having different looks throughout the county. Justin and I have been looking around at different ones. I've been trying to get his opinion on this from the IT side. We have found a couple of them that are smaller machines, little 36-inch machines for around $13,000, but these are very labor intensive. It takes 3 steps to be able to make one logo. Going to be very time consuming, very, very labor intensive. We also found you spend a little bit more money, you get a lot better machine. A 42-inch printer and cutter that does it all in one process. They're starting around $18,000. It's going to save a lot of money, and with that, we can also do a lot more stuff. Not only the logos, but all the rest of these impacts that we've spent money on, the big banners and stuff like that, we can do all that in-house. So we pretty much turn into our own little print shop. What I'm asking for today to be able to save money for the county in the long run is to purchase a machine and some supplies to be able to get started. I don't have it in budget because we weren't, it wasn't a foreseen thing, but what I'm asking for is $21,000 out of contingency to be able to buy a machine and supplies to be able to get started. That'll get us a good machine. Right off, that $21,000, if we're saving the 17 for the what we would be spending anyways, about $4,000 that would not be covered on that we wouldn't make back right away. But with what we do spend and what we do produce during the year, we'll be able to make that up pretty quick.
And what started this conversation is we looked at the remarking we got to do anyway.
Yes, sir.
And then what the glaring number was when we looked at all the wrecked vehicles and go back and redos, which are not in his numbers. Right. You never know how much they are.
Right.
But I can tell you from taking a long look at them, it's more than $4,000.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What was good on the vinyl machine buying that is that we were having to buy about $550. If we had a wreck, I needed a quarter panel. I had to buy the whole thing. Yeah. Now I can produce just what little pieces that we need off of a wreck to be able to put stuff back on. So it's definitely going to pay for itself real quick.
What's the useful life?
These, it's got a 2-year warranty on it, and they're saying anywhere between 5 to 6 years. So we'll definitely get our money's worth out of it. There's a lot of things you can do indoor and outdoor with this one also. Plus you can also do shirts, not the hot decals, but you can do T-shirts and stuff like that too, or hats or whatever. But with our banners we've been doing, we could do new door decals. We could do whatever we need.
And if I may,
Oh, please.
I just asked Justin if this is something I could use for trial exhibits. And Justin said yes, which that could potentially be a great benefit to us because we're having to send things over to Reynolds Brothers for reproduction when we could just do things in-house. And it would be a huge benefit for us to be able to contain that and not have to ship it off to Reynolds Brothers and use time and money to be able to reproduce those items. So, thank you.
Okay.
Wayne, is there on the one that you're talking about buying, is there a maintenance company here?
The closest is in Dallas. Most of the maintenance you can do yourself on these. You can buy the parts and do yourself.
Now think about who you're talking to.
I know. I just love doing everything myself. We can get maintenance put on them. This has been a kind of accelerated process of getting numbers together and looking at all this stuff over the weekend. And we're wanting to go out, Justin and I are going to go out and go look at a couple of these print shops that are already out here to get their opinions on a few things. But we've kind of found the one that we like right now. That, you know, I'd just like to, if the court would, authorizes up to an amount.
Who besides you would have the capability of running it?
Whoever wants to. More the merrier.
Okay. So it's not specialty training or anything?
No, there'll be, it's like the vinyl cutter. There's discs that come with it. You can go through the discs and learn. I mean, it was trial and error for us. We've learned it along the way. So, but they definitely, they'll give you discs to be able to learn it.
All right.
Well, this sounds like a no-brainer, so I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on a no-brainer and a second on a no-brainer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Wayne.
Now, it is about a minute before we're scheduled to do the acknowledgements of all the fantastic people at the county that have stayed with us for a number of years. And now that Sean's here, we can start, I guess.
We got plenty of chairs. I know there's a lot.
Yeah, we got a lot of chairs. Have a seat. But to fill just this minute, Mr. Dooley, would you come to the podium for a second? Mike Dooley, hello. Would you come to the podium and say, we had a terrific event happen in San Antonio this weekend, and this would be a good time for you to just tell us what happened.
Thank you, Judge. The Texas Association of Fairs and Events is a very old group, and they met in San Antonio. There are dozens of fairs and events in the state of Texas, and we, the Midland County Fair, participate in this. And one of the things that we like the most is to go down and work in the marketing awards, because that's the big thing that everybody works towards, is the marketing awards. And this year with our campaign, you may remember Pick Up Chicks at the Midland County Fair, we had a home run. Not only did we win our category, which is fairs with 50,000 in attendance or less, and these fairs go all the way up to the state of Texas State Fair and the Houston County Livestock Show. We won 14 awards plus the overall marketing for that, and that's due to the work of Tammy Dooley, supported by Paula Morrison, and it's the biggest show I've ever seen anyone make in any of these, and we hit a home run in this for our fair, the Midland County Fair.
Thank you. And a lot of those, 10 or more of them, were with the facility too, right?
A few were with the facility, the Horseshoe and Dooley, but most of them were with the fair and the things we did there. And it's quite an honor to win anything. And this year, our fair outdid itself, our little fair that's only 7 years old. So.
Good going.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, as we're happy to do every January, we acknowledge service years of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and yes, there are some 30 years. And we ask each of you to come up and so we can acknowledge you individually. And we'll start with the 5 years, and I'm thrilled to do those. And then Commissioner Ramsey, if you do the 10, and 15 for Commissioner Donnelly. And Luis, if you do the 20, and Randy the 25, and then we'll come back and finish up with the 30. And after we get through with the individual acknowledgements, the court will stand in recess for ever how long we need to be in recess today, because we have some refreshments, and just want to thank you personally for all the tireless hours you give the public and this county to help us each accomplish what's been able to happen here. And I think, I'm a little prejudiced, but I think overall we've had a lot of fun doing it, and it's been a better place to work. So with that, we'll get up here and get started. Okay. We just ask you to come right up here. Say hello. And so naturally, the first one's not working. To a good start. Rod Alley. They're yelling speech, those your friends. Whoa, right. That was too easy. There's his speech. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Kelly Allen. Kelly went on trial. Melinda Almadonna.
Jury duty.
She's on the trial jury. And she did get picked. Thank you. Ingrid, basis?
Working
Bye.
a trial.
No, she's right there.
Oh, you're supposed to have a trial.
Thank you. There you go. Thank you.
Congratulations, Ingrid.
Yeah. Vanessa Moyer. Now, do you have a speech?
No, sir. Thank you.
She's got the same speech right. Thank you very much. Nikita Campbell. Don't tell me she's on trial with you.
Judge, did you give your name and your address before you started speaking?
George Washington.
You can tell you're never going to get over that. Ruthie Cox. Same speech, right? Yes. Thank you very much. Yep. Got it? Aaron Savalas. There you go. Thank you. Call me, our resident king. Barbara, you with? Should be rice and beans. Sheila Renee. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. Samuel Braces. Braces, G-A-R-E-C. Garces. Okay, you must be in the same truck. Sally Garcia. Yeah. There you go. Thank you so much. Amy Gonzalez. Thank you. Jim Haley. Thank you, sir. Oh, me. Jenny Hilton. Thank you. Kelly Larson. Thank you. Sheriff Patrol, Mark. Jack.
Hawkins.
Good thing I wasn't here, he'd kill her. He must be working. Okay. Yeah. We got Jessica Montoya. Okay. Debbie Nichols. She's over the sheriff's court. She's working. Bethany Purdue. You want to speak? Rebecca Patterson.
She's in trial.
Oh, Lord. All right. Judge Kyle Huber. He's in trial. Okay, tell him we announced. Martin Ramirez. You want to give a speech, Martin? Eddie Riddle. Sorry about that. No. Janine Rowe.
She's right here.
All right, she is.
Supposed to be one.
Irma Salsita.
She's in the jail.
She's working today. Okay. Oh. John Trichet.
You want me to give a speech?
I wish we had time for a speech. Andrew. Andrew. Where is he? Just 5 years ago.
I know it.
You want to give Trichet a speech? Carolyn Zachary. Where's Corinne? Over here.
Yes, sir.
Jeff Logan.
I've never seen you.
So you're doing better than him already.
That's me too. David Kane. Bailey Lott.
Credit card. I don't know what to do with it.
Cecilia Chavez.
Budgeted through.
John Mayer. Thanks, John. Jim Fink.
All right.
Dylan Morales. Doyle Gilbert.
Yeah. Be seen.
Casey O'Donnell. Deanna Gonzalez.
David Sapp. And Ralphie Gonzalez.
Nothing like having your name called when you're out.
My percentage is better than yours. Sean Taylor.
All right,
There you
Sean.
go.
All right.
And Clarissa Granado.
It's always easy following you.
Okay, it's my pleasure to.
I don't know how to take
give the 15-year pins. Mike Adkins.
All right.
Sylvia Biano. Okay, pronounce it for me. Yana. Yeah. Thank you very much. Pat Bashir.
All right. He's still got a book out, Pan.
I'm certain this one is here. Ross Bush. Christopher Evans. Chris Evans. All right. Trina Pignall. Okay. She must be with people. Charles Hall.
All right.
Can I get my picture made with somebody else?
Ah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Andy Henry. No. Okay. Hope Hernandez.
Come on up closer if you want to take a picture.
Congratulations. Thank you. Got it?
Yeah.
Ellen Lambert.
I'd rather Cajun.
Kathleen Morphus.
Speech.
I'm gonna do this one. You want to finish off? Yeah. Good. Have them over here.
Aila Nuez.
Noelia.
Noelia. Oh, good. For us West Texans, that's great.
getting all the hard names next year.
Mine are like 4.
Oscar, Rubicall.
Got the Jimmy Smith do.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Oscar.
And he's not here, so.
Okay.
Next.
Oh, that's it.
We'll do the 20 years, starting with Jake Usury.
Sorry.
Usury.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Luis.
David Cole. Down here. Judge.
Off to a good start now. Come on.
Johnny Rodriguez. Not here.
Man, Luis.
And now you know why they picked you. I know this one's here. Lisa Sessions. Last but not least, Mr. Russell Long.
Speech, speech.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we're going to start out with the 25 years. Ruth Evelyn Bailey. Michelle Glass Turner. Rebecca Graham. I don't know this last name very well. Can you? Melissa Sanchez. And Matthew Van.
I'm kidding.
And we have 3 of these for 30 years. Some of you weren't even born when they started running.
Jenny, were you born yet, Jenny?
Bill Boyd.
Hello.
Thank you, guys.
Billy Fugel.
Thank you, guys.
And this one, it's hard to believe, but Rory McKinney.
Thank you, guys.
You want to say anything?
Super.
No, just tell me what.
And we had one show up. Samuel Garces. Samuel's a 5-year fan. He just got here a little late and forgot about the cake. So with that, by my watch, it's 10:24. The court stands in a recess for merriment, storytelling, and food. We will be called back when we think it's appropriate. So it's all in here. All right. After much merriment, it's 11 o'clock and we're back in session. And we've got a few items to catch up on. And let's start with item 14, discuss take action on purchase of water heater for Culver. Hello, Christy.
Hello. This is a budgeted item, and this will be a replacement 100-gallon water heater for Culver Detention Center.
Okay.
The quote is from Winelson in the amount of $5,900.
Are they going to install it? I don't think it's on either.
I don't either.
Then you need to really speak up.
Try that.
Batteries are out of it.
Okay, if you would, you want to step over and get Russell's mic?
Do I need to repeat?
Yes.
Here, why don't you
Okay.
Just sit down there if you want to.
have my seat?
Just be the county attorney.
Yes, please.
Okay, Christy, we're talking about item 14, and you were about to give us a price.
Yes, sir. This is a budgeted item. It is a replacement 100-gallon water heater for Culver Detention Center. We have a quote from Winelson in the amount of $5,900.
Okay. Who's going to install it?
When Nelson, isn't it?
Winelson.
No.
Nope.
Facilities will install it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Is discussion or a motion?
I'd make the motion we purchase the water heater for Culver.
Okay.
Second?
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. 15, discuss take action on purchase of trailer for community work program.
Musical chairs.
Yes, sir. This is for the community work program. This is a replacement trailer as the current trailer had gotten into an accident. This trailer is specially made to have a porta potty on it, which we need for the CWP, to go out into the community. We have a quote from Big Tex Trailer in the amount of $6,050.
This is the trailer where they didn't pick up the side ramp
Yes, I believe
and
that is
drove
the
off
case.
with it down.
I believe that's the case. Where's Dwayne? Yes,
Is this out of risk management?
yes.
That's the suggestion.
Okay. I'd make the motion that we purchase the trailer for the community work program and take the money out of risk management.
Okay.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
16, discuss take action authorizing the county judge to sign train chiller service agreement for downtown library.
Yes, sir. This is a budgeted item, and because Train did the overhaul on the chiller, Tim has chosen to keep the chiller service agreement with Train, and the agreement is for $3,123 for 12 months.
Were there any changes?
I don't believe so, since they overhauled it. It's just the same service agreement.
I'd like to make that motion to authorize the county judge to sign the train chiller service agreement for the downtown library.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you, Christie.
Thank you.
17, discuss take action on payment method for surveillance cameras. Commissioner Donnelly.
This is a surveillance camera that Charles Hall got for our illegal dumping situation. Charles, you want to speak to this?
Yeah, I mean, once before we bought a camera and we had approval to pay for it with the county credit card. No matter how much research you do on the internet, it always bites you. We got this camera in thinking it was the one we wanted. We like the camera, but we have to buy the service through the company, and we need approval to use the county credit card for the second time for this camera. We think the nearest we can tell it's going to be about $250 a year.
Okay. As far as I know, we only have one credit card, and that's in IT, right, Lisa?
Purchasing has one.
Not sure.
Purchasing has one.
It doesn't matter where it's at, we just need to get it paid for.
Okay, either one of them, I guess, are the same card.
Yeah, I don't care as long as you pay for it.
It is the same card. The card is in my name, but it's for, the court has only authorized IT
Right.
to use it, so Charles
Okay.
needs authorization.
Okay. So the request is to authorize one of those, court's decision, to purchase the $250 service for the camera.
Can you not just pay the whole lump sum at once?
I believe we can, but again, we're having to deal with a company on the internet, and that's what we would like to do, is a yearly deal. We might be able to save.
Is there a term on the this camera? I mean,
I don't believe so.
Did you say 250 a year or 250 a month?
A year.
A year.
It's about $30 a month.
Okay.
Christie?
Yes, sir. I've looked at the website, and I can't directly tell which monthly thing we need to go with, but they are all around $30 per month. So I can't tell exactly which contract we need to go with, but I would suggest that we pay it up through October and then do an October through September kind of thing.
Okay.
And how many cameras are there?
Just one.
Just one. The other camera is on Singular, which we don't really like Singular because Verizon gives us a much better deal.
Okay. Christie, would you be all right if we put this on the credit card? And
Yes, sir.
it would probably come out of the telephone for constables.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Right now, I'm waiting on a new card. There was fraudulent activity on our current card,
Yeah.
so they have shut that card down, and I'm waiting. I should be getting the new card either this week or next week.
Okay. All right, then I would make the motion that we authorize the payment for the surveillance camera through purchasing and be allocated back to.
In what period do you want to cover?
Well, through October, would that be best?
Through September, because it's a
Through
service
September.
that needs to be happen in this budget year.
Okay.
Is that right, Lisa? Yes.
Yeah, through September.
Of 2017.
2017.
Okay.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Number 19, discuss take action on promotion account. You may recall the court authorized myself, Russell, the auditor, and Dooley Management to craft an agreement which is separate, dealing only with the promotional account for the amphitheater as we access those funds to pay contracts, because the court doesn't necessarily meet with the rapidity that some of these acts show up. I know we had one that was coming through, and we didn't have a court meeting scheduled for 3 weeks, and so we had to pass. So we sat down the other day and went through this, and what the court sees is the result of those efforts of all of us in agreement. There are two things we'd ask you to do. Consider the agreement in a motion by itself, and then secondly, we are authorizing the auditor to write up to, I believe it's $50,000. And that may ebb and flow as the market changes, but we believe that's plenty right now, and that would take a separate motion.
Correct.
Right, Russell?
That's correct, Judge. And let me just talk about that a little bit more. Typically, under Texas law, an auditor is only allowed to write a check on county funds after approval from the Commissioner's Court. And so typically, what happens is the item comes to the court, court approves it, and then a check is issued. But what we've been advised by Dooley Management is in that world that they deal with entertainers and different acts, that you have to, once an agreement is reached, you have to make a payment to them very quickly, or you lose the show and lose the date. And so what we've come up with to kind of, as a compromise, is for the court to give pre-authorization for the auditor to do checks up to $50,000, which we think for now is going to be sufficient. To issue checks from the promotion account for shows to be booked under the promotion account. And then it will then be brought to the next Commissioners Court to be finally approved in bills. But you'll be giving her that pre-authorization to do checks. It would be only from this account and only for shows that are being booked through the promotion account.
And it doesn't change the settling up activity that the auditor has to do at the end of the show along with duly management. That stays intact. This is just to tie up the act and secure dates, and then we would acknowledge it.
We had put 100,000 in there, right?
It was 100. We started off with 150.
150, then we did the opening event out of that, and then I believe we have 122 or 123,000 left in it.
124.
124,000 left in the account.
So this is really just authorizing the auditor to sign the check.
Because if you recall, the first one out of the box, we didn't have this in place, and we had to hustle up and scramble for a court meeting and post and beg the promoter to hang on. And
Okay.
Judge, it says 50% of the net profits go back into this promotion account. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is there a limit? I mean, what about if it just keeps growing and growing? Are we going to say up to 150,000, for example, then everything else goes to general fund, or?
Well, half of it goes back in to the promotion account, and half of it goes to general fund.
Okay.
That's the way the court approved the deal. It is hopeful that 50% bills this account, because we have not set a limit on it.
Okay.
According to what acts cost, or if we're successful, it becomes a self-perpetuating account.
Right.
The money that goes into the general fund is designated to come out on the other end in you'll see it next court meeting, it's Pick Up Midland, it's a trash deal, a trash program, and a couple of other things. It goes to fund our public activities, is the hope.
Commissioner, there previously, at least in all the discussions I'd been a part of, had not been a discussion as to how large it could grow.
Right.
It was only if it ends up getting depleted, then that's the end of it.
What is the average amount that would, I know you guys mentioned, if there's a NAC coming in, they're going to need the money right away. On average, how much does one of those acts? Is it 20 grand, 50 grand?
I'm turning to our people from the entertainment world to
I think
answer that question.
What I understand, they may correct me here in a minute, the acts vary widely. And the other thing that we hammered out the other day in this agreement is when we speak to duly management personnel and say, what is the cost? That means all items associated with putting that production on as best we know it. Because some acts don't charge you for something, and then they arrive and say, oh, we want you to pay this. Well, that's the firewall against that. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I'm Mike Dooley. I'm standing here with Stan Allen, our Associate Director of Promotions, and that's exactly right. We have a certain amount that we can pay for these acts. Well, there's a limit to what we can pay totally anyway because we have the fund here.
Right.
The thought is we fill this out, we get through with it. If we are into profit on it, then half goes back in and half goes to our charity, which I believe you all will look at. So
Right.
There is a limit, Commissioner, by just the fact of how much it costs to do this business.
Sure. So my question is, on these acts, on average, how much will we be paying out? Is it on average 50 grand, 100 grand? I'm trying to get an idea of how much. And I understand some are going to be less, some are going to be more. That's why I'm trying to get a ballpark.
Stan?
Let me take. There is no average. I mean, you never know who's out there touring. At one time, Jason Aldean got $20,000 of performance. Now he gets $1.5 million. So it just depends on who's coming through and when you can grab them. We're limited to what we can do. With this fund, we could do one major big act per year, or we could split it up to do 2 or 3 acts per year with a $30,000 or $40,000 top to it.
Right.
So our fund keeps us from doing the Aldeans of the world, but it keeps us in the capacity we can utilize for our amphitheater.
What about the average for Midland County, the acts that we've had thus far? What's the average that we've spent?
Oh, well,
there's got to be an average.
Most of the acts have come through private promoters, which we still will do.
Right.
And those acts could be $200,000, $300,000. What we're talking about, the quality of life things that we'll put in the venue with this fund to add and give us some substance. But
In addition to this fund and this agreement, one of the things we were trying to grasp is how to deal with, an example I recall is Stan called me one day just before the amphitheater was going to open and said, Alabama has an opening one night and they're coming through here, and instead of being whatever the number, I don't recall the numbers, whatever the number was, this amount, their regular promotion, they're willing to do much less than that if we can pay them quickly and say yes. Well, the way we're set up, absent the agreement, we couldn't do it. But the comparisons, as I recall, was Alabama was 100 and something thousand.
Yeah, but
and that night they were going to do 40,000.
Exactly right, Judge. What'll happen sometimes is, and we're in a perfect position for this, which is what's so exciting about us being where we're at. We sit between Dallas and the West Coast. Every one of these acts either going toward Dallas or coming from Dallas has to come down I-20. So we're in a perfect place to do some pickup days, because these acts will always rather play than sit in a hotel room one
Absolutely.
night.
And I think this fund is a great idea. I want you guys to understand, I think this is great. I think it's something that we need to do. The only question that I have, I feel that there's got to be a limit, because we can't just say, just whatever.
The situation.
That's what I'm trying to, I'm trying to get to a limit, because what about if we end up having like $1 million or $2 million in this? Hopefully we can get there.
Yeah, I follow you.
But if that's the case.
I will tell you this, that as we grow the fund, hopefully as successful we are, the more we grow the fund, the larger acts we'll be capable to bring.
Right.
So you got to look at that aspect of it too. We're not going to be doing $1 million acts. So I mean, the top will be way before that. But there should be, I mean, a perfect example is the Band Perry. I'd love to play the Band Perry out here. They're $100,000. We can't do that with our fund. We might be able to do it if we get lucky on a pickup date or something, or we can do one of those shows a year or something. But, as we grow our fund, we'll be able to up the ante on what we can pay the acts to come out here and play.
And keep in mind, Commissioner, this is just the starting point with our policy, and as we get a little experience, the court can change this at any time. If the court decides if we start, have that high quality problem of the account growing, then the court can decide whether it wants to authorize more. And I think probably from our conversation the other day, sometimes the acts will only require upfront like half of, as a deposit, half of it. So with a $50,000 limit on the initial checks you could write, you'd be looking at, the most we could do would be an act that's going to cost $100,000. So that's the top. I think that's probably the top side of our limit right now.
So let's say that we take that example and it's 100,000, they ask 50 up front, then the rest of the 50 wouldn't have to come out that fund, it would come out later out. We'd be able to vote on it by then.
You get the 50 up front, and then the 50 balance in an ideal world would come out of promotion, ticket sales, memorabilia. If it didn't, then it comes out of the fund.
Right, and then but then it would be any additional checks that have to be written later on out of it would be able to be done in the normal course, because we would have more time to put it on the agenda.
Correct.
So the anticipation, as I understand it, is that this would be for those initial checks we have to write
to tie them up,
quote unquote deposit, to get them signed up, and that after that I don't think the anticipation would be having to go through this process of her writing the immediate checks.
Commissioner, there's news and then there's good news. The good news is we got a facility to do it. We're capable of doing it. The other news, which I learned in this process, I would call Stan, who has vast experience in the entertainment world, and say, I'd like to have so-and-so here in concert. Well, it was fine until he gave me their price, because he knows these prices and gets these lists. And my taste does not fit our budget. So we can ask him to bring anybody, and he can find us a price. But the pickup dates are where our advantage lies. Any other questions? Okay.
But I would say that if the court wants to approve it, the first motion I would just ask would be to approve the Midland County Horseshoe Promotions Account Policy as, that y'all have in front of you. I'm sorry, let me add one thing.
You added 2 words.
Yes. On item number 3, it refers to the Midland County Pavilion. As Mike Dooley pointed out, it should probably say the Midland County Pavilion and Amphitheater. So I'll add those 2 words to the final one. But so the first motion would be to approve the Midland County Horseshoe Promotions Account Policy.
Is that item number 6?
Item 3 in the agreement you're speaking of?
Yes. I'm
Yes, sir.
looking at the
Yes, sir.
agreement.
Item
Number
3, yeah.
What's the funds
Because you have some acts that,
Well,
I see.
and actually, that would need to make a change to item 6 also.
okay. So down there, acts to the pavilion
And
and
amphitheater.
amphitheater.
In item 3 and 6.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'd like to make the motion to make that change.
Okay, we got that as part of the agreement.
Is that to approve the policy with the changes?
Russell's suggesting the change.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
he's asking that we do it in 2 separate motions.
Well, the first motion, I think, would be to approve the policy with those changes.
Okay, Russell's given us the changes to add an amphitheater in item 3 and item 6 on the Midland County Horseshoe Promotion Account Policy. Are we okay with adding that? All right, is there a motion to approve this policy?
Commissioner Sanchez?
I'll make that motion with the changes. The only thing I am going to request is if there's any way that this can be reported to us at least once a quarter to see where we stand on that balance. And of course, I'm being real positive about it. I'm hoping it's going to grow exponentially. And if it does, I do want to see a limit later on because I'd hate to have too much money in there
Okay, so-
and just be like, whatever. So for now, I agree with the changes that we just discussed and the approval of the policy is written with the caveat that we're going to have a report once a quarter.
All right.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Second part of the motion, Russell?
The second motion would be to authorize the Midland County Auditor to write checks up to the amount of $50,000 as initial payments for, and I'm not even sure we want to call them acts, entertainers, whatever the appropriate word is, who are booked through the promotions account.
Okay.
We just refer to them as acts, or what is the right word?
It's called a booking fee.
Okay.
Okay. The contracted event.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're asking for a motion on $50,000 authority for the auditor.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you. He'll get that correction done if you'll
Will do.
sign it and get it back to Russell.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. All right, number 20, discuss take action on fleet accidents. Dwayne?
I have 2 fleet accidents report this morning, both from the sheriff's office. One of them was on January 3rd of this year, unit number 15526. It was an at-fault accident. Our guy ran the stoplight. And then unit 15522 on the 4th, it was an at-fault accident. Deputy forgot to put her vehicle in park when she was jumping out to get an assailant. Struck another vehicle. One was turned into insurance, the other one will pay in-house.
I have a generic question, Rory. What is the in-house policy for accidents within the sheriff's department, whether they're through carelessness or actually in the duty of doing something? Is there what does the sheriff's office do?
We'll notify Dwayne, and then we'll notify dispatch, and then they notify the chain.
Is there any, but I guess I'm asking, is there any
Further
preventive
training.
methods or discipline or depending on the nature of the occurrence, so to speak?
There was some additional training that was brought in not too long ago that I believe all the deputies had to go through, some EVOT training, emergency vehicle training. Might be time to bring some of that back in again.
Why don't you give us a 3-year history to the court?
Okay.
Of what Commissioner Prude's asking about. Let's see if there's consistency in any department or any one individual.
No problem.
Okay, any other questions or conversations or motions?
Motion to acknowledge.
Second.
Okay, motion to acknowledge and second. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign, motion passes. 21, take action acknowledging personnel memorandum.
Yes, sir. The only thing that's a little bit out of the ordinary is on the second page, the overtime that you see there in patrol. That's the hours we pay between 160 and 171. The overtime that you see in CID is all paid for with their grants. The overtime in the DA's office for jail screening is paid for out of their pretrial diversion fund. Everything's by the policy.
Okay. Questions?
Motion to acknowledge.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, motion passes. Thank you, Mitzi. Drum roll. Okay, 22, discuss take action budget line item transfers.
Okay, I have one line item transfer to bring to your attention.
Okay,
It's number 1726, $300 coming from county clerk to IT for cable to relocate a desk.
okay, which transfer is that? What number?
What page?
It's on page 8, number 1726, 2017-00001726.
Okay, so it's 8 of 16.
Yes.
All right. Okay, any others?
No, that's it.
I have one that I want you to explain to me. If you look at 15 of 16. I don't understand that one.
This one is a donation going to equipment and furnishings for purchase of vacuum for genealogy.
So this is a donation to the library genealogy
Yes, sir.
department.
This doesn't, you don't take it out of the donations account and put it into the equipment account? I can't balance this transaction.
I'm not sure.
Well, he's got a good point. You show the increase on the donation and the transfer, but you don't show the offsetting debit.
Okay.
But you're assuring us we're not spending money other than donation, is that right?
Right.
We submitted a line on transfer.
Pardon?
We submitted a line on transfer out of the
But
donation.
what account are you taking it out of?
Genie,
It's Fund 259.
In the library donations account, genealogy has a specific designated line just for
I know,
genealogy.
but on your line item transfer, it's not coming from any place.
Yeah, we're only increasing. Is the equipment and furnishings $100, John?
Well, is this not increasing, this entry is increasing the donations and his equipment and furnishings.
Okay, but where is it coming from?
It should have been coming from the genealogical donation line.
What's the account number?
Oh,
How much are you going to
That's
spend?
all I'm saying is-
How much are you going to spend on this item?
I'd have to go back and look at the quote. It's less than $200, $180.
Okay, but I agree with the Commissioner. You're balancing on the expenditure side.
But where's it coming from? I
Where's
understand
it
the
coming
question.
from?
I don't know the line item off the top of my head, but we can get that to y'all.
Yeah, if you don't mind holding that one.
Okay, so the request is to hold 15 till we understand the accounting of it.
I have another question. Line item transfer number 12 and number,
Is this page 12?
yes, I'm sorry, page 12 and page, let's see, where's the other one at? There's one with page 11. We've got a telephone for the cell phone allowance on the new constable. And then again, on page 12, you've got another amount from the telephone that you're decreasing. I guess my question is on for the cell phone allowance, was there not already a cell phone allowance in that budget? Or I'm just trying to figure out why we're increasing it again.
Actually, I would think there would be one already budgeted, so I'm not sure.
Right.
There, here comes Christie. Yeah, Christie.
Oh, he didn't.
What? Put it on the record, Christie.
Ted had a county cell phone, so he did not have an allowance.
Oh.
Okay, but that cell phone expense is charged somewhere.
He wasn't
cell phone
reimbursed the $80?
No, he was not. He had a county-issued cell phone that was paid for out of the telephone account.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that the new constable wants to be reimbursed for his cell phone, therefore the money needs to be moved out of telephone and into the cell phone allowance.
Gotcha.
I understand. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And then on the second page, you're decreasing telephone by an additional 400? So you're taking 1,100 and something bucks out of telephone?
$1,200, yeah, total.
Yeah.
Christie, you know anything about that? Because it's a good point. $1,200 out of cell phone.
Telephone.
I don't even think there's that much in that. Is there even that much in that telephone?
I don't know how much is in the telephone account, but if he's not getting a county-issued cell phone, then he doesn't need anything in the telephone account. I believe what he's trying to do on page 12 is move money out of the telephone, dry cleaning, and office supplies to put money in the law enforcement supplies.
Right.
Because he wants to purchase some law enforcement supplies. And I don't believe that there's anything in the law enforcement supplies. I could be wrong.
Well,
But depleting the telephone line would make sense if he's not going to have a county-issued cell phone.
let me suggest you go back and look at this so we can get these answers and take a look at the details of the law enforcement supplies, because he and I talked about some things. Some, I informed him we would buy, others we will not buy.
Okay.
And let's get a full explanation, understanding this is his first rattle out of the box and us trying to understand it.
Yes, sir.
If the court agrees with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get more details on those two.
Okay, so you want these two?
On both those two.
Okay,
So that'd be
removed.
11 and 12, and then Commissioner Donnelly's question on 15. We're not saying no, we just don't understand what's going on.
I'd make the motion that we approve the other line item transfers.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. 23, discuss take action on bills and wire transfers. Madam Auditor,
Okay, I've got.
Assistant, whatever we call you now.
I've got several exceptions that didn't have POs. The first one is to Bubble Events rental for $810.
That's the Christmas event?
No, it's the benefactor award event.
It says it was used for, benefactor reception, and it was assumed that it would come out of professional service line, which doesn't require a PO, but it was made in error, and it should have had a PO.
Okay.
The next one is for Cactus Signs for a nameplate. Says the invoice needs to be expensed when contacting Cactus Sign to provide with a quote. I guess they didn't receive the quote for Commissioner Ramsey, and I guess they went ahead and, I guess it was ordered.
I think you can put that one on me, because we needed to get it done quickly, and the most expeditious way was to expense it between the court and have it ready for the new commissioner.
Okay. The next one is for Expo displays, and that is for shipping on, I guess, the letter images, some images for the children's letters. Says it was originally budgeted last year.
Yes.
But I guess it was shipped in the new year.
Is that right, John?
Yes, sir. It was original, last budget year, the letters were damaged. They didn't ship until this year. So we thought we were using the original PO. We didn't generate it.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, anything
The
else?
next one is Midland Need to Read, $75. The vendor was overlooked when setting up the BPOs for 2017. This is for December services.
Yeah, they're a regular user of the Media Lab out at Centennial. And we are a partner in that deal. Or a participant, I won't say a partner, we're a participant. Okay?
The next one is for Reynolds Brothers. And it was for some brochures for Veterans Court. A PO was not, says, "I'm sorry I did not get a purchase order. I didn't remember getting one last time when getting business cards from Reynolds and Brothers."
Judge Leonard?
Yes.
Judge Dar.
Judge Dar?
Veterans Court, yeah.
Okay.
There's one more for Westway window cleaning. And on this one, the PO for 2016 was used for some reason, and it's really services for 2017.
Okay.
And then I also have some additional bills. The first one is for $300 for Prosperity Bank. And this one was because through the approval process, there was an approval that wasn't made and right before we cut checks, so that one was missed. There's one for USI Southwest Incorporated. It's for Travelers Casualty and Surety Company. There was an increase in coverage of $730. There's one for Boone Chapman for $78,493.40, and one for Fairmont Specialties for the transplant fees for January, $7,602.22.
Okay, let me go back to 78,000. Russell, is that 78 Boone Chapman or is that 78 to Saluda?
Don't have any idea.
No, it's Boone Chapman.
Boone Chapman?
Yes, it's
Okay.
for the January health and dental fees.
Okay, thank you. Anything else?
No, that's all.
All right. Any questions? Motion?
Motion to pay all bills.
Okay.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you. 24, take action on submitted application for permit to use county right-of-way for utility and line installation, driveway construction, mailbox construction. Precinct 1. Precinct 2. I think it's safe to say you have some.
Yeah, I have 18, but I'm holding this one for Enterprise Pipelines.
Okay, we have 18 on the record to be approved and 1 being withheld for Enterprise Pipeline.
2.
Precinct 3 has 2. Precinct 4.
I have none. I make a motion to approve all these.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Okay, we've got an executive session involving item 25, litigation, 26, personnel, and I think we can cover everything under those two unless you've got something, Russell. So if y'all will excuse us, we're going to an executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 501.071, consult with county attorney regarding pending prospective litigation and other matters, and conduct executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074 to discuss personnel matters. And I'll tell you, this could be lengthy, and it is 11:38 by my watch. So we will now go into executive session. Thank you. All right, we are out of are you ready? We're out of executive session at 1 o'clock by my watch on the 9th of January 2017. Is there any action from executive session? Hearing none, then, is there a motion?
Motion
Wait,
to-
whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, wait.
A motion
On
is
13.
needed. We're going to recall 13, discuss take action on purchase of wide format color plotter. The request of Dwayne was $21,000 to purchase the equipment from contingency. The clerk has mentioned that the recording indicates this is a no-brainer. We need a better motion than a no-brainer. Andy, you made the motion.
I will repeat that I would make the motion that we purchase the
Plotter.
plotter and supplies from contingency as made, as recommended in the item number.
$21,000.
Yes.
All right, that's the motion. Who had it?
I had the second.
All right, motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is approved. Now, is there a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
You got a second.
There's a no-brainer. I mean,
We got a no-brainer from Sanchez. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? We are adjourned at 1 o'clock.